The $3 billion silent divorce. Microsoft just walked away from a $3 billion deal to lease Oracle cloud capacity, citing security concerns on the same day they were scheduled to expand their joint sovereign cloud fabric. This collapse exposes the friction behind the press release. Microsoft needs Oracle's database performance to stop enterprise churn, but they clearly do not trust the plumbing beneath it. It is a tactical retreat that suggests the much-hyped sovereign cloud partnership is less about deep integration and more about keeping enemies close while building a jurisdictional firewall. This internal split is the first real crack in the unified cloud narrative that investors have been buying for 2 years. Oracle's hostile revenue flip. Oracle's fiscal fourth quarter results for 2026 reveal why Larry Ellison is suddenly the most dangerous player in the room. For the first time, cloud revenue has overtaken traditional software licenses, accounting for 52% of their total sales, with infrastructure revenue surging 93%. These are not just growth numbers. They represent a fundamental shift in leverage. Oracle no longer needs to play the junior partner to Azure to find a market. By building their own high-margin AI clusters and securing the Vera Rubin platform from NVIDIA, Oracle has effectively created an alternative to the public internet that Microsoft cannot afford to ignore, but can no longer control. The power dynamic in the cloud stack has officially inverted. The data residency paper shield. The decision by the International Criminal Court to abandon Microsoft 365 earlier this year was the canary in the coal mine for global hyperscalers. The ICC realized what many European operators are finally admitting. The U.S. Cloud Act makes physical data residency a legal fiction. If a U.S.-based parent company has control over the data, the location of the server in Amsterdam or Frankfurt is irrelevant to a federal subpoena. This is the real driver behind the sovereign cloud fabric. It is a play for jurisdictional arbitrage, attempting to create a technical air gap that is legally distinct enough to satisfy European regulators while still sharing the underlying CapEx costs between two fierce rivals who are running out of space. The signal under the noise. The narrative of a global, borderless cloud is officially dead, replaced by what I call the dark cloud. This is not a product you buy. It is a tactical fragmentation of the world's digital infrastructure. By meshing their backplanes into a sovereign fabric, Microsoft and Oracle are building a series of disconnected islands that exist outside the reach of the public internet and, they hope, the U.S. Department of Justice. For investors, this means the era of simple hyperscale growth is over, replaced by a high-stakes game of regulatory hide-and-seek where the margins are eaten by the cost of physical isolation. For operators, the lesson is clear. Your data residency certificate is effectively a marketing brochure if the underlying fiber can still be reached by a U.S. warrant. We are entering an era where the most valuable cloud regions will be the ones that are physically and legally the hardest to find. Watch the rollout of the United Arab Emirates Central Region this fall as the first test case for whether these rival clouds can truly vanish from the global grid. Subscribe for more.